Hey guys, it's me, 8144. So today, guys, we're back over again for the World Cup match preview. So, in this video, I'm going to be doing specifically just the USA. So, I'm only going to do match previews for the USA because it's my own national team and everything like that. So, we're going to only be doing that on here on this channel. Now, it's not that I'm not going to preview the other matches, it's just I'm going to do those in a big match prediction video. And stay tuned that every single day of the World Cup, we will do a little match reaction on the channel, one video, probably around 10 minutes to discuss all the matches for the game. So I'm not going to do like individual match reviews because that will take too much time for me, and I feel like that'll be a lot easier on your guys' part as well. So as I said, yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy, and yeah, without further ado, let's go and get started. So I'm going to do this match preview a bit differently compared to other traditional match previews. I'm going to take things a bit of a two different approach. First, I'm going to discuss the permutations. Then we'll talk about the Wales team, and then the USA team, and then give you guys overall prediction at the end. So there will be timestamps in the description below if you guys want to skip over. I know a lot of you guys are more interested, what is it called, in the actual prediction rather than analysis. But yeah. So without further ado, guys, let's go and get started. So let's go and start with the permutations. Okay. So I know it's only match day one, but I repeat, this is a must-win game. Let's go look at the different scenarios. So if USA wins this game, we're still in a good position for round of 16, and we beat USA. We beat Wales. We maybe get something against England, and then maybe beat Iran. 7 points should be enough to top the group. And even if we lose to England, 6 points should be enough to advance. Now, here's a scary thing. What if we don't win the opening game? Which is very possible. What if we lose the opening game? Well, if we lose the opening game, we are going to have to get a result against England, and let's face it, I don't know if we're capable of getting a result. It's not to say that I don't think we can. I think we possibly could, but it's going to take a massive, massive task from this team to get a result against England. And at that point, if we don't get anything against England, we are pretty much screwed, because if we lose against England, lose against Wales, we're pretty much effectively out of the World Cup. With that last game, Wales being on 3 points, and Iran maybe even be on 3 points, that final game doesn't even matter for us. Okay? Now, here's the scary thing. Because actually we can still advance. We still have a very slim chance of final match day. But we have to hope that Wales don't win that game against Iran. Or at the very least get a draw. We'd have to hope that Iran would win. And we would obviously have to win against Iran ourselves. And we probably need goal difference to be on our side. So it's a very tricky scenario. I've seen this before on FIFA. I did an FMC before, and I believe first place got 9 points, and second place got 3, third 3, and then fourth 3. So that could very well happen in this case. But obviously, goal difference would come very massive in that regard. But obviously, I don't want to take any gambles there. So that's why I say losing is very, very difficult to advance. Because if we were to lose this game, we're pretty much effectively out of the World Cup. Now, what if we draw this game? Now, if we tie this game, we're still in a bit of a tricky position. We would be 1 point, and let's hypothetically say we assume we lose to England. England would therefore be on 6 points because I expect them to beat Iran, and they probably should beat us. Then Wales and Iran, it would come down to that game. Ideal scenario for us would be that we would need both to draw, meaning that Wales would be on 2 points, Iran will be on 1 point, and we would be on 1 point. Okay? Now, if either nation wins, we're in kind of a little trouble there, because if Iran wins, they're on 3 points, Wales will be on 1 point, and then we'll be on 1 point. Now, and then we'd come to the final match day where we'd have to basically win that final game against Iran. And if Wales, let's say, beat Iran, Wales would be on 4 points, and we would be at 1 point, and we would have to beat Iran. So we're going to have to likely beat Iran and Wales, or draw one of the two. If we don't win against either Iran or Wales, we're pretty much done. And that's the scary thing, is that we're going to need 4 points to advance, which means a win-win, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Usually 4 points is enough to advance in a second place position. So now that I told you guys about the point permutation, I hope you guys have a very good understanding that why I say is a must-win game, and that if we don't win this game, we can pretty much I would say 85% out of the World Cup. 85%. There is a small chance we might be able to advance, but we're gonna have to hope results go in our favor, and we can't control our own destiny. That's the problem with that approach. That we would have to hope that Iran and Wales don't beat either of the two nations don't win. That's a tricky thing. Anyways, so getting back to this scenario. So now that I've told you guys about this, let's go ahead and discuss about the Wales national team for a bit. So Wales were in the UEFA World Cup qualifiers. They finished second in the group behind Belgium. They finished ahead of Czech Republic, and they were seeded in the playoffs. And in the playoffs, they had to play against Austria on the match day at home, and they were able to win that game. They were able to win that game thanks to Gareth Bale brace. He scored a free kick, and I believe he scored a goal from the corner. And I believe Austria did score a late consolation goal. Then they were scheduled to play Ukraine. However, due to the situation going in Ukraine, I'm not going to get into politics here and everything like that. You guys know the situation. Due to the fact that Ukraine is going through lockdown, they were scheduled to play either Scotland or Ukraine, and obviously because Ukraine couldn't play against Scotland, Wales had to wait. So they found out they were able to wait for that, and then in the month of June, Ukraine beat Scotland 3-1 at their stadium, and then Wales had to play Ukraine in the game at home, in which they won thanks to an own goal, I believe, and Hennessy making a lot of good saves in that game. So Wales coming into this have a lot of grit. They have a lot of character. They have a lot of fortitude and mentality, and they have been great in the last couple of tournaments, especially in the Euros. Euro 2020, they made it all the way to round 16, where they were bounced by eventual semifinalist Denmark in a 4-0 thrashing. And in the previous Euros, Euro 2016, they made all the way to the semifinals. They were beaten by eventual winners Portugal. So they have pedigree in international tournaments, not necessarily obviously not necessarily in World Cup, but they have pedigree, and that's the important thing, is that they know what to do, and especially their talisman Gareth Bale is that guy that's going to always cause danger. Okay, so Gareth Bale is their best player without a doubt, no doubt whatsoever. He is undoubtedly the best player for Wales, and without Gareth Bale, Wales wouldn't even be in this position. So Wales have to give 100% credit to this guy. This guy is a fantastic player. Now, what about the supporting cast? Who else from Wales is noteworthy other than Gareth Bale? Because you're probably wondering, who else is there? Well, for starters, you have Hennessy, the goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper, in my opinion. One of the best goalkeepers in the English football system. I believe he plays at, plays at Burnley. I might have to double check that. I don't know, he might have made a move. Obviously, we know Burnley got relegated. But yeah, he's now in the championship. A lot of the Wales players they have are playing the championship, just so you know. Then you have Brennan Johnson, who's playing at Nottingham Forest, Aaron Ramsey, Ben Davis. In fact, I took a screenshot of their last game against Poland, and you guys can see right here that we had Hennessy that started, Kambanga, Joe Rodon, Norton Davis, Roberts, Morel, Daniel Leavitt, Nico Williams, look out for Nico Williams, Brennan Johnson, Dan James. Dan James also an important player, and Gareth Bale. So, interesting that there's no Ampadu and there is no Ben Davis. However, like I said, guys, Wales are going to play a very defensive formation. I expect them to play maybe a 3-4-2-1, maybe even a 3-5-2. Whatever the case may be, they're going to be playing a very defensive formation against the United States. So that's very, very important to note. Okay, and I believe the last time, if I'm not mistaken, Wales may qualify for a World Cup was 1958. It's been such a long time since they've been here at the World Cup. So they're going to come into this and some motivation indeed. So now that you guys have a good understanding of the Wales national team, let's go ahead and talk about the USA. Now, obviously, the USA is a bit of a tricky position. Obviously, we did the bare minimum to qualify for the World Cup, finishing third on the octagonal, getting 7 wins at home, 1 draw on the road. Now, our away record is pretty dreadful. 1 win on the road, 3 draws, and 3 losses. It's very, very bad. I think it's 1 win. Yeah, it's very, very bad. So, it's 6 wins and 1 draw. My bad. At home, I did the math wrong. Anyways, so USA did the bare minimum. They actually qualified to the World Cup based solely on goal difference. Goal difference is actually the determining reason why they made the World Cup over Costa Rica. That is superior goal difference. Coming into this game, USA are under massive pressure with Greg Berhalter there at the helm, and there's been a lot of selections with the issues, And USA coming into this in kind of poor form in general. They haven't really been great in the year 2022. They have failed to score in the last couple of games. The last time they scored was against Panama, which was a 5-1 thrashing at home. Oh, sorry, that was at last time we scored was against Morocco. Sorry, but we're coming into this in really bad form. We had 3 goalless draws coming into this game, so we're coming into this in a bit of a bad form. So this is a lineup that I expect the USA to field. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong thing. Right here, this is the lineup that I expect USA to field. Now, this is not what I want, just so you guys know, but this is the lineup that I expect to see. Okay, so for starters, we're going to see Matt Turner start as goalkeeper position. I pretty much 100%. There shouldn't be any doubt. Dest will be there at the right back position. He should be fit, I believe. I heard. I think ESPN say he's fit, so if he's fit, he's going to start. Zimmerman, Aaron Long is going to be our back line. I don't like Long whatsoever. I don't want Long to start, but he's going to start. Anthony Robinson is going to be there as a left back. Our midfield is going to be Tyler Adams, McKennie, and Musa. McKennie is fit to play, apparently, according to reports. Then our front 3 is left wing Christian Pulisic, striker Jesus Ferrer, and right wing Timothy Way. Keep in mind, this is the predicted lineup. This is not what I want. Keep that in your mind. All right, let's talk about some fast facts coming into this game. Fast facts. So, according to Google, let's go ahead and look at the Google stuff. And we can also see the win probability. So let me go ahead and change screens here. Right here, guys. So let's go ahead and look at this. So, according to the timeline here, the insights coming into this game. This is the first meeting between USA and Wales at the FIFA World Cup. The USA team are so far in beating their 2 previous encounters, 1 win, draw once, both friendlies. USA qualified for the 11th FIFA World Cup and their first since the 2014 edition, and when they were eventually eliminated by Belgium in the round of 16. Including 2022, only Mexico have appeared in more FIFA World Cups than the USA among CONCACAF nations, while USA have reached an knockout stage in 3 of the last 4 participations, 2002, 2010, and 2014. USA have only kept 2 clean sheets the last 27 at the FIFA World Cup, conceded 46 goals in process. In contrast, USA have kept a clean sheet in their 3 of their first 6 World Cup matches between 1930 and 1950. And 33 games at the FIFA World Cup, the USA have never registered a goal as a draw. That's more than any other team in the history of the competition. That's very, very interesting. As you guys can see, the win probability right here, stats-wise, USA is expected to win is 37%, draw is 32%, and Wales is 31%. It's a very, very close percentages. All right, so let me give you guys how I think the game is going to pan out. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Let me tell you guys how I think the game is going to pan out. I believe the game is going to be very dominant. I think Wales will be very dominant on the counterattack. We are very, very bad. And when it comes to out-of-ball possession, we are very, very vulnerable. And I feel like Wales will dominate us. I think Gareth Bale will dominate Dan James, in particular Brennan Johnson. I feel like they're going to dominate our midfield. They're going to make so many tackles. And they're going to score a goal in the first half. I think it's going to come through. Dan James. And I think he'll score the opening goal for the Wales. And then in the second half, we're going to be dominated. And then we're going to have a little spell of domination in the second half. I think USA finally wake up around the 50th to 60th minute. And then the USA gets a corner. And Weston McKennie equalizes for us. And then from that point on, we lose it. Our domination spell ends. Wales continue to dominate, penetrate us. And Matt Turner making some brilliant saves. So my prediction for the game is a 1-1 draw. Keep in mind, this is what I think is going to happen. I am praying that we win, obviously. I would love for us to win. Don't get me wrong. I want us to win, but I don't really see us doing well this World Cup, guys, if I'm being honest. But, who knows? Maybe USA might do something here. But whatever the case may be, the game should be very fascinating. I'm hoping that the USA wins. There will be a community tab in the community section below. And I want you guys to vote whether the USA wins their opening game or not. So remember, guys, if you made it all the way this far, consider liking the video if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new on here. Comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. And if there's any major talking points I missed out, please let me know. There probably is. And yeah, make sure you guys check out my other platforms in the description below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.